Joining us now from Tel Aviv, NBC News foreign correspondent Raf Sanchez with the very latest. Raf?
Mika, good morning. Israelis are celebrating the release of that third group of hostages last night. And as David is saying, they are warily eyeing this fast approaching deadline when the ceasefire due to expire 7 a.m. local time tomorrow, midnight tonight Eastern. We are hearing hopeful signs, positive sounds from all sides about the possibility that this deal could be extended under those pre-agreed terms. One additional day of ceasefire in exchange for 10 more hostages. But as of right now, there is no deal confirmed. And if nothing changes, the fighting due to begin again tomorrow. Just going back to the hostages, 14 Israelis released last night in exchange, once again, for 39 Palestinian prisoners freed from Israeli jails in Jerusalem and in the occupied West Bank. And among those 14 Israelis, that 4-year-old American-Israeli toddler, Abigail Mor Idan. It is worth pausing on her story for just a moment, not just because she's American, but because she has become such a symbol of the hostage crisis in this country. This little girl's parents were murdered on the morning of October 7th by Hamas terrorists in the kibbutz Kfar Aza. She managed to walk on her little legs to a neighbor's house. She was sheltered there by that family until they were taken hostage themselves. They were carried into Gaza. She turned 4 years old as a hostage on Friday. And then last night, after 52 days in captivity, she emerged along with the neighbors she was kidnapped with. She is now at the Schneider Hospital here in the greater Tel Aviv area. Her family says she is doing well. Fortunately, it sounds like all of the children who have come out of Gaza so far are doing well. There is concern about one elderly woman. She's 84 years old. She came out last night, and she is said to be in serious medical condition. We don't know the exact details. Because of her condition, the choreography last night was different from what we had seen from the 2 nights prior. Before, we saw these Israeli hostages going from Gaza into Egypt and then crossing back into Israel. But last night, a different setup. They were handed over to the Red Cross in Gaza City, just a few miles from where Israeli forces are positioned. And they crossed directly over the Israel-Gaza border. That elderly woman taken by helicopter to a hospital in Israel. We're starting, guys, to get a first glimpse of the conditions these hostages endured over these last 7 weeks. One little boy, Ohad, he's 9 years old, telling his family that they weren't physically abused, they weren't tortured, but there were days when they went without food, that they slept on hard wooden benches. And he said that there were times when he asked to go to the bathroom and it would be hours before a Hamas guard would take him. He has been reunited with his father. His mother and his grandmother were taken hostage with him. They are now free. But his grandfather, 78-year-old Avraham, is still a hostage. And we have seen that bittersweet note over and over again, that some members of one family will be free, but others remain inside of Gaza. If the fighting does resume again tomorrow, it will be devastating for the people inside Gaza who have been able to get some humanitarian aid over the last couple of days. And, of course, it is likely that we will see civilian casualties there rising once again. Guys.
All right. NBC's Raf Sanchez, live from Tel Aviv. Thank you so much.